A look at obituaries brought to you by Curtis & Son Funeral Home, your Dignity Memorial Funeral Home in Sylacauga and Childersburg, 256-245-4361. That's Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg. Funeral service for Linda Ann Cross, age 60, of Sylacauga, will be today at 2 o'clock in Curtis & Son North, with the Reverend Keith Jones officiating. Burial in the Talladega Springs Cemetery. Ms. Cross died February the 16th at a residence. Online condolences at CurtisandSonFH.com. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, directing. James Nicholas Wansley, age 30, of Sylacauga, died yesterday in Childersburg. Funeral arrangements to be announced by Radley Smith Funeral Home. Memorial service for Ruth S. Farr, age 78, of Sylacauga, Saturday at 3 o'clock from the chapel of Radley Smith Funeral Home, with the Reverend Mark Griffin officiating. Mrs. Farr died Tuesday, February the 16th at her residence. Visitation at the chapel 1 hour prior to the service on Saturday from 2 until 3. In lieu of flowers, donations can be made to the care house or honor flight. Memorial messages can be sent to the family at radleysmith.com. Radley Smith Funeral Home, directing. Funeral service for Mr. Thomas Joe Herbert Lashley, age 85, of Alexander City, is Saturday at 11 o'clock from Faith Temple Church, with Pastor Dick Stark and Reverend Brian Lashley officiating. Veterans honors provided by the Alexander City Veterans Honor Guard at the cemetery, Hillview Memorial Park. The family receiving friends tonight, 5 until 8 at the funeral home. Mr. Lashley died February the 16th at Bill Nichols State Veterans Home in Alexander City. Memorial messages may be sent to the family at radleyfuneralhome.com. Radley Funeral Home, directing. Funeral service for Mrs. Mary Pearl Pearson, age 65, is 1 o'clock today in Talladega at Sims Chapel, with Apostle Alicia Henderson officiating. Sims Funeral Service, directing. Graveside service for Mrs. Willeen Sin Houston, age 92, is 3 o'clock today at Pine Hill Memorial Park in Talladega. Visitation at Ursery Funeral Home in Talladega from 1:30 until 2:30 today. The Reverend Glenn Horn will officiate. Ms. Houston died February the 17th at Talladega Healthcare. In lieu of flowers, memorials can be made to the Beamiston United Methodist Church Building Fund, 213 East Damon Street Avenue in Talladega, 35160. Online condolences at urseryfuneralhome.com. Ms. Houston was a member of the Beamiston United Methodist Church, Ursery Funeral Home, directing. Funeral service for Mrs. Willie Ruth Jordan, age 88, is Saturday at 2 o'clock in Coosa Valley Baptist Church, with Pastor W.J. Posey officiating. Interment in the church cemetery. Sims Funeral Service, directing. Funeral service for Ms. Shirley A. Malone, age 66, is Saturday at 2 o'clock from Trinity Baptist Church in Childersburg, with burial in the Lily Roden Cemetery of Childersburg. Visitation today from 1 until 8 o'clock at Community Funeral Home in Sylacauga. Ms. Malone died February the 17th at her residence, Community Funeral Home, directing. Mrs. Eddie M. Pearson, age 83, died February the 18th at her residence, Community Funeral Home, announcing. Funeral service for Mr. Lee Smith, age 67, is Saturday at 1 o'clock from Community Funeral Home Chapel in Sylacauga, with burial in the Hollins Baptist Church Cemetery in Hollins. Visitation today 1 until 8 at the funeral home. Mr. Smith died February 10th at Coosa Valley Medical Center, Community Funeral Home, directing. And funeral service for Mrs. Carol J. Swain, age 64, will be Saturday at 11 a.m. from St. John Baptist Church in Sylacauga, with burial in the Tallahatchie Baptist Church Cemetery of Childersburg. Visitation today from 1 until 8 o'clock at Community Funeral Home. Community Funeral Home in Sylacauga, in charge of the arrangements. That is a look at obituaries this morning, brought to you by Curtis & Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. Your Dignity Memorial Funeral Home, Curtis and Son Funeral Home.